Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever put money into crypto, full of hope, told yourself, this is it, this is my chance, and then watched it disappear? Not just the money, but the confidence, the trust in yourself, the belief that maybe, just maybe, you could actually build wealth. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why it keeps happening. Not because you're unlucky, but because there's a system designed to make sure you stay exactly where you are. Welcome back to the channel. We talk about real money, real strategies, and real talk here. No fluff, no hype, just truth. And before I get into this, I want to be clear about something. I am not here to tell you crypto is a scam. I am not here to tell you to never invest. What I am here to tell you is that there is a very specific trap, a psychological, financial, and social trap, that keeps middle-class people spinning in circles inside the crypto market. And until you see it clearly, you will keep falling for it. Picture this. It's 2021. Bitcoin is flying. Ethereum is going crazy. Some random meme coin just made a 22-year-old a millionaire overnight. And you're sitting there working your 9 to 5, watching people online talk about lumbos and early retirement. What do you feel? FOMO. Fear of missing out. And that feeling, that one emotion, is worth billions of dollars to the people at the top of this market. See, the middle class has been taught one way to build wealth. Work hard, save money, maybe invest in a mutual fund, retire at 65. That's a 40-year plan. And then crypto shows up and says, what if you could do it in 4 months? Of course, people jumped in. But here's the trap. The desperation to escape the slow path is exactly what makes people take the wrong path. So how does the trap actually work? First, the hype machine starts. A coin gains traction, a tweet, a Reddit post, a viral video. Then social proof kicks in. Your friend made money. Your cousin made money. Someone in a Facebook group posted a screenshot of 10x gains. Now it feels real. Now it feels safe. Then you buy in, usually near the top of the cycle, because that's when the noise is loudest. Then the dump happens. The whales and insiders start selling. Price crashes. Panic spreads. Then you sell at a loss or hold, hoping it comes back. And then the most dangerous step, you blame yourself. Instead of understanding the system, you internalize it as your own failure. And 6 months later, a new coin, a new hype cycle, and the whole thing starts again. This is not an accident. This is a machine. And the middle class is the fuel. Let me tell you who's on the other side of this trade. Venture capital firms invest in crypto projects before they go public, at fractions of a penny. By the time you hear about it on social media, they're already sitting on 100x gains. Crypto whales move markets. When they sell, prices drop. When they buy, prices rise. And they have tools and data that retail investors simply don't have access to. Influencers and promoters often get paid to talk about coins. They hype it up, you buy in, price pumps, they sell, and you're left holding the bag. This has been documented. People have been fined by the SEC for this. It happens constantly. And the middle class, scrolling on their phones at midnight looking for the next big opportunity. They're the last ones to know and the first ones to lose. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because it's not just about money, it's about psychology. The people running these cycles understand human behavior better than most therapists. They use scarcity, only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. They use social proof, everyone is buying this, so it must be right. They use authority, Elon tweeted about it, this billionaire is backing it, making it feel legitimate. They use FOMO. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you miss this, you'll regret it forever. And the most powerful weapon of all is hope. Because the middle class isn't investing in a coin, they're investing in a dream. A dream of paying off debt, sending their kids to college, buying a house, getting out. And when you're investing your dreams, your logic goes out the window. That's not weakness, that's human nature. But understanding it is your protection. We always talk about financial loss, but let me talk about something deeper. When someone from the middle class loses money in crypto, it's not just numbers. It's the emergency fund they spent 2 years building, gone. It's the down payment they were saving for a home, gone. It's the trust between a husband and wife because one of them made a decision the other didn't agree with, damaged. It's the anxiety, the shame, the depression that comes from feeling like you failed your family. I've seen people lose relationships over this. I've seen people lose sleep, lose confidence, lose their sense of self-worth. And the saddest part? The coin didn't care. The whale who sold to you didn't care. The influencer who promoted it has moved on to the next project. But you're still sitting with the consequences. This is the real cost of the crypto trap, and nobody puts it in the headline. So what do you actually do with all of this? First, only invest what you can afford to burn, not lose, burn. If that money disappeared tomorrow and your life would still be okay, then it's okay to invest. If losing it would hurt your family, it's not investment money, it's survival money, leave it alone. Second, ignore the noise and study the fundamentals. Before you put a single dollar into any project, understand what it does, what problem it solves, who's building it, and what the tokenomics are. If you can't answer these questions, you're not investing, you're gambling. Third, stop following influencers for financial advice. Use them for entertainment, but never for financial decisions. Fourth, build your financial foundation first, emergency fund, no high-interest debt, basic savings, then explore crypto as one small piece of a larger strategy, not as your only strategy. And fifth, remember that time in the market beats timing the market. The people who actually built wealth in crypto bought Bitcoin or Ethereum years ago and simply held. They didn't chase every new coin. They were patient, boring even. And it worked. Here's something I want you to really sit with. The middle class is not poor because they're lazy. They're not struggling because they lack intelligence or ambition. They're struggling because the system, the financial system, the media, the social media algorithms, all of it is designed to keep them reacting instead of thinking, chasing instead of building, hoping instead of planning. Crypto is just the latest version of this. Before crypto, it was penny stocks. Before that, it was real estate seminars. Before that, it was MLMs. The vehicle changes. The trap stays the same. And the exit from the trap is not finding the right investment. The exit is building financial literacy, emotional discipline, and a long-term strategy that doesn't depend on a miracle. Real wealth is boring. Real wealth is slow. Real wealth is consistent. And that's actually good news, because boring and consistent is something anyone can do. So let me leave you with this. You are not behind. You are not too late. You have not missed your chance at a better life. But you have to stop letting hype make your financial decisions. You have to stop trusting your future to people who profit from your confusion. And you have to start building slowly, intentionally, strategically. If this video opened your eyes even a little bit, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more real talk about money, mindset, and building wealth without falling for the traps. And drop a comment below. Have you ever fallen for the crypto trap? What happened? Let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay smart, let's build.